That was very, very nice for the Kage, but in the end, it definitely increased the distance between both the Kage and the Final Light gaming. So right now they're almost down. What is that? 7K gold. Still at 6.5 now.
6.5K gold lead.
But they're going to go ahead and take this tower. Or maybe Janna saved the tower. Oh, well, good job on Janna's part. That shield definitely saved that tower and kept that gold lead from increasing while everyone's still back at base with their super speedy recall.
Yeah. And in terms of keeping that tower, although it might not seem that worth it, by keeping such a low health tower, you also change the way the wave is going to move and how you manage that minion wave.
Right. You say so. It looks like the Kage probably need to push that out just a little bit further to make sure that the wave isn't necessarily going to come back anytime soon. But it looks like Fiora knows this and is moving towards top to try and put a little damage on that wave or completely clear it out, so that way the minions can go ahead and take that tower and essentially apply the pressure that a sixth person would apply for map movement.
Absolutely. It looks like, again, Final Light Gaming always taking this very aggressive stance within the jungle, sometimes not necessarily the best approach, with Vladimir oftentimes getting caught out very much alone. He has been able to be fine with this and be able to get out of rough situations. But Nautilus here, not seeing members of Final Light Gaming going to be going into lane.
Yeah, he might regret that because right now he's in prime flanking position and it looks like they're actually going in for that flank. Kha'Zix is running in. Nautilus tries to anchor himself out, but it looks like everyone is throwing, or at least Kha'Zix and Vlad are throwing in damage. Here's the dive buddy situation. Vlad goes ahead and takes the turret aggro, allowing Kha'Zix to get out free, and Vlad takes the kill off of the Nautilus, overextending just a little bit.
Nautilus desperately trying to use that depth charge there to try and attempt to get the Vlad off of him, but being able to pull saved the Vlad from taking too much damage from that and stopping the engage, and he was able to close on the Nautilus.
Right, and it looks like Kha'Zix is stuck in turret aggro range. He's able to get out eventually after losing half health. Vlad also tried to scare off. Oh, and it looks like Hecarim's going in on side. Vlad throws down his ult in retaliation for that situation. Janna tries a tornado, but she misses just by a little bit. Vlad also was about to get bullet timed, but he managed to get out of the whole situation by Zhanyang. Misfortune goes ahead and takes down Sion. Vligar takes down Vlad. Sion, before he completely dies, takes down Janna, and Misfortune in the end takes down Kha'Zix. Again, though, Fiora rotates mid and she helps take the mid inner tower. Again, Fiora is pretty much doing whatever she needs to and however she wants to. The Kage have to stop that.
And we saw the Kages definitely had that potential, very much winning that team fight right there. But on the large scale, they lost the tower along with it, which brings them closer and closer to losing the base.
Right. Now, we all know that the outer towers are always the easiest to take. The base towers, that's where things get difficult. I don't necessarily... there's a little bit of poke, like I said, with Varus and Sion. Is that going to be enough to break the base, though, I think, if in a long-term siege?
Yeah, we will have to see that happen. I am not seeing that much damage actually coming out from the Varus' burst, but his setup potential with his ult has been superb this game so far.
Right. Also, yeah, it's the CS advantages of Final Light Gaming are definitely starting to show themselves as well. With Fiora having such a big lead, she's almost at, what is that, 2.5K over
just
Nautilus?
2K. Oh, no, it is actually 2.5K.
Yeah, 2.5K over Nautilus. Kha'Zix is 1.5K. It looks like Final Light goes ahead and takes Ocean Drake as well, so they're just stacking dragons as they come up.
And taking the blue buff away from Kages as well.
But yeah, going back to the monetary setup right now, Vlad is 2K over. Misfortune and Varus are kind of the closest ones right now. Misfortune has quite a few kills on her, so that definitely has been balancing out. But Varus also has a substantial CS lead over her as well. And Sion has a substantial CS lead over Janna, mainly because of his support item. But even then, it's still showing itself in terms of what he's capable of building. Like, he has quite a few items out already.
Yeah, we can just see with the gold lead of well over a K on a lot of the champions on Final Light Gaming's team, the gold is evenly distributed as well, which is helping all members of their team function in every team fight.
Okay, and it looks like Vlad got caught out a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily all that very important. Meanwhile, we got a Baron attempt coming from Final Light Gaming. Hecarim rides by the pit. Whether or not he puts a ward in, I don't know.
Looks like he's going to jump in blind here, possibly.
Oh, but looks like the Hokage are here. And it looks like the Hokage go ahead and steal the Baron. Hecarim ults out and then takes the blast plant over the wall. He's going to at least be able to keep his buff. But it looks like he might have gotten the rest of his team killed on their way to come help him. Both Misfortune and Janet are down. It looks like Nautilus and Vigar are running for their lives. I'm not sure if they're going to make it out. Kha'Zix jumps over and completely helps Fiora take him down. He blows up into a bunch of digital bits.
This could be the base opening up here and a possible, well, no, cooldowns on death timers are still around 20 seconds, so we're definitely going to see the base possibly get cracked open here.
Yeah, no, the base is definitely going to get cracked open, I think.
Maybe on two fronts. You have Fiora and Vlad pushing the top side, and then you have Kha'Zix and
Varus and Sign's kind of going back and forth between the two. It looks like Sign's actually going to stay mid, but I think top tower is definitely going to go down, and they probably will go ahead and get this inhib as well. It looks like Kha'Zix also has gotten the mid inhib tower, but they're not going to necessarily be able to take that as well.
Both inhibitors remain standing, though, as members of Kage's respawn into the match.
Let me say, so that was a great steal from Hecarim. I really honestly wasn't expecting him to actually pull that off the way he did. So great job on his part for being completely aware of when he can do that. But at the same time, that almost should have been a solo mission. Like, I understand that most of the time when you fight for Baron or when you go to fight Baron, people are kind of low and you can kind of take advantage of the fact that they might have used all their cooldowns to try and take it. But at the same time, Final Light has too much of an advantage right now in terms of money and items to actually safely think that you're going to be able to do that. Once you get to a certain point, taking Baron is kind of straightforward and kind of easy.
Yeah.
And combining their items with their levels and the Inferno Drakes that they have, you're not walking into a safe situation where you can pull that off, I think.
And absolutely. And even if they were looking for Final Light Gaming to be low, a redemption came down from the Scion.
Right.
Bringing all members of the team back up to nearly full health, ready to go into the team fight.
Right. That was also very true. I remember watching that thinking, he's going to smite the Baron with his redemption, and then all of his team got healed from it. So, I'd say Final Light is definitely trying to think through what's about to happen. I think they expected the Hokage to go ahead and come through and try and stop that Baron attempt, and that's why they did that heal the way they did it. But in the end, you can't completely prepare yourself for a Hecarim diving in and then immediately ulting out.
Hecarim's ult has to be very fast, and it gets in there and it surprises you, honestly. And with multiple members of Final Light Gaming within the Fear, they're unable to activate any abilities or really say much about his smite.
It's like very true. I'm going to say one of the dangers between junglers like him and Lee Sin and characters like that, you aren't necessarily sure what you need to focus on in terms of keeping those guys out. You just know that when you see them, you have to turn and focus them. If you can't focus them, chances are they're going to steal whatever you're trying to go for.
Absolutely. Looks like Vlad, again, in the middle of that Vigar stun. Going to pool for a little bit, lose quite a bit of his health. Fiora's just kind of not looking at this Nautilus. She's just kind of going for the inhibitor, and they're letting it happen.
Like I said, she's pretty much doing whatever she wants as the game progresses. They have to stop that. If she like at this point, it almost feels like it's impossible to stop her from essentially taking objectives. They can't let this happen next game.
Vlad looking like he's being cut off from the team. Gonna have to be forced to use pool right there. He's in the middle of that stun. He's gonna have to be blowing Zonias there. However, Hecarim being far too deep into the team, having to use his ult defensively and get out of there. Redemption gonna come down, zone both teams away from that team fight.
I'll say good job on Vlad for getting out of an impossible situation. That Zanya's was timed perfectly. It allowed him to immediately pull out. So good job on him for being aware of his cooldowns and using them in an effective manner. However, that's kind of scary for the Kage again. Like I said, they're not really able to make advantages in their situation. And it looks like Kha'Zix and Varus are bot lane going ahead and taking that tower and inhib. It looks like this might be the final push for the Kage base, as it looks like all 3 inhibs should be down from this. Whether or not they decide to back out, that's up to them. But in all honesty, this game looks like it's going to the Final Light Gaming. There's very little that can probably change the course of this game, but we'll have to see if the Kage can pull some ninja tricks out of their hat.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So you knew it was going to happen at some point. They're the Kage. Come on now.
Yeah. This is what it means to be a true Super Saiyan. Yeah, 4 dragons now going to Final Light Gaming, giving them that final objective damage with the Mountain Drake, helping them to seal out this game in the next couple of minutes, most likely.
Now, I don't think they'll necessarily take the time to go for Baron. They have 3 lanes of super minions pushing.
And they're double super minions as well on each lane.
Right, so there's no real reason why they wouldn't just march up mid and end the game. But if they really wanted to, they could wait for a minute, wait for the Baron to come back up. They have 2 Inferno Drakes. They have the Mountain Drake. Those are the things that you're going to need to take Baron incredibly fast. They're all approaching their 3rd tier ult, so if a team fight does occur during that time, they have pretty much the maximum amount of strength that they need to go ahead and win that fight. This is going to pretty much be the final straw, I guess, for this game, although it looks like they aren't going to wait for that. Although, I don't know. It's 30 seconds. I think they were just clearing out wards so they could have vision. But this is pretty much it.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to be doing a bush cheese possibly here, but it looks like the members of Kage's team are just too focused on...
Oh, yeah, no, it's a bush
Janna.
cheese. It's a bush cheese. Death Bush came active. Varus goes ahead and takes a kill on Janna. It looks like they are now going for Baron now that they know that they're down a person. Although last time I checked, 3 waves of super minions makes it really difficult for you to think you're going to leave base anytime soon. Now they're going to go ahead and go for this Baron. This Baron should be going down fairly quick. It actually does. And we'll see whether... Oh, I like how Hecarim thought he was about to go steal that one again.
Yep. Hecarim doesn't strike twice this time.
But it looks like Final Light's actually going to be making a move towards the base to go ahead and finish up this game. Now, they have Baron-empowered minions. They have Baron buff, 2 Inferno Drakes, an Ocean Drake, and a Mountain Drake. They have, what is that, 12k gold lead. This is the last fight.
The turrets fall with little say coming back from the Kages as Vlad distracts the back line of characters. They are going to attempt to go in on him. This Fortune using her bullet time, it's unfortunately not going to hit any members of the Final Light Gaming team. And there it is.
All right, and again, Fiora, she was the one who actually got the kill on the Nexus. So she pretty much did whatever she wanted and however she wanted.
And now she can buy something really nice with that extra 50 gold.
Exactly. So with that is going to be the first game of the MKELoL final. Final Light Gaming takes a decisive victory over the MKE Kages. Fiora, like I said, she might have only finished 2-1-10, but she pretty much was the deciding force between both teams in this matchup, just because it seemed like her capacity to pretty much take whatever objective she wanted was unhindered.
Fiora in this match has definitely been a very consistent pick. And we will see what will actually go on within the next game. So we're going to go to a quick intermission here. And we'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Yep.